Well, hello, good afternoon, and welcome. Gary Beck, naturopath. Just saying hi and wanting to just go a little bit further from a video that I posted recently that um, covered the things that I do when a new person comes into the clinic. So one of the things I do is encourage people to bring in any supplements that they may have in the cupboard or obviously may be using. And we test those. We test those to see if they're of good quality. We test those to see if they are compatible with the individual, and we test them to see if they're actually doing the job that they are being used for. And of course, if it comes off in our testing that all these boxes have been ticked, then great. We just move ahead and we make sure that we can include these supplements in the protocol that is developed from our session. And it's important that we understand the reasons why certain products may not test positively. And this is quite a big subject, and I don't generally take time to actually test to find out exactly why. It's not really important in my view. It's either going to test good or it's not. But some of the reasons that a product might not test that great could include things like tableting aids or lubricating agents that are used in both the manufacture of tablets and capsules. You know, a lot of companies will actually use a variety of lubricants, and this could even include things like talcum powder, that of course are not included in the product. However, they're there as a small residual reminder that the process was using some sort of additive, whether it's a powder or a fluid or something else, to allow the machines to basically work faster, allow the little capsules of tablets to move faster through the machinery so that they can fill those bottles up quicker. And of course, that's a time-based dollar equation. There are some companies that don't really work from that angle, and they prefer to do without the lubricants, without the additives, and create a product that is simply what we need. So that's sort of what it's about. The term I use is toxic tagalong. So this is a term that was developed by, I'm not sure who, but used in my training by Dr. Robert Marshall. And this includes also excipients. So some companies don't really care, they'll just add in various things to fill up the capsule or fill up the tablet. There might only be this much of the raw material or the ingredient, but the rest is filler, and some of it's inert, and some of it's not so inert, and some of it's just simply not desirable. So if we can use a product that doesn't include these things, of course our body and we are going to be much better off. So avoiding the unnecessary excipients that may or may not be particularly helpful for the body, avoiding the toxic tagalongs and the residues from any of the processing, and then we've got a product that is more likely to test positive. What else could be going on? So although products are tested for, or good products and good companies test for pesticide residues or the presence of pathogens or the presence of molds and fungi and those sort of things, which is great and important, and all good companies do that. But there are other levels that we can go to actually check the energy of the product. So what energy is it delivering when you ingest this tablet or powder or capsule or whatever? What is the energy that's been delivered? Because it's, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether something's blue or red or green or orange. That's not what makes it work. What makes it work is the energy that it delivers when you imbibe or ingest this thing. It's the energy that it delivers that will improve your liver or improve your digestion or whatever. It's not the colour of the capsule or the tablet. And so it comes down to energy. Yeah, what is being delivered? And if your cheap little product, well, maybe the cheap ones are not so bad in some ways, but if the product that's been tested, it tests horrible, tests weak, tests that it's potentially got some of these toxic tagalongs, then it's not going to be delivering the energy that you need to improve whatever it is you're trying to improve. So yeah, it's all about the energy, it's all about what's been delivered, and as I'm sure you're aware, if you're eating food that's highly processed and essentially dead, that's not delivering a great deal of energy. Likewise, if you're able to get fully ripened, fresh, nutritious fruit and veg, then those things are going to be full of energy in comparison to something that's been hauled 1,000 miles from where it was grown and packed and processed and sitting on shelf for weeks or months. So just a little further on why we test and what we're testing for, and I hope that gives you some insight, and I certainly do look forward to seeing you in the clinic someday. Bye for now.